Forestry facts. So due to climate change, winters are becoming warmer, which reduces snow packing around trees, which is important because snow packing insulates trees. Warmer temperatures also promote bacterial growth and other germs, which cause disease in different vegetation and tree species. So decreasing temperatures would kill off those germs and bacteria. Furthermore, with increasing temperatures, native species that evolved for colder climates are declining, while southern species that are evolved for the warmer environment are thriving now, which is not good if we want to maintain native species in Wisconsin. Extreme weather. So lots of rainfall are coming from larger storms, and these larger storms can damage trees and forests through like flooding, erosion, and disposition of nutrients. Large storms also damage forest infrastructure, such as trails, campgrounds, and bridges. Now, during the warmer seasons, it's even warmer. So we're looking at summer droughts and longer growth seasons. So the combination of decreased precipitation in the summer with warmer air temperatures, we're looking at drier trees. Now, with increased growing seasons and growth periods, with the drying out of trees, we will see more wildfires. Forest management in the rural economy. So during the cold seasons is when the soil becomes frozen, and that's important because when it's not frozen, the soil is really sensitive. So tree harvesting companies will utilize that period of frozen soil to drive their heavy machinery on and collect the trees or collect the lumber. But since climate change is decreasing the period for which the soil is frozen, it puts a lot of pressure on these companies to get out there and harvest quickly to keep up with the forest supply chain, and then the forest economy. So it's a good example of how the environment is impacting the economy. Now we have impacts of culturally significant species. So climate change is making it difficult for a variety of tree species to grow, and some of which are culturally significant to the Native American tribes, such as the paper birch, which is used for medicine, traditional ceremonies, canoe building, and harvesting, and other influences that impact these tree species, specifically the paper birch, is its use in decor pieces. So what are a couple of the solutions to these problems? So we have carbon sequestering. About half of Wisconsin is covered in forest, which is good because forests store up to about 50% of the nation's carbon emissions. So if we want to reduce climate change, you have to remove those greenhouse gases, and we can do that by sequestering carbon. So making carbon a recognized forest product incentivizes landowners to maintain their forests, which then results in better carbon sequestering. Urban forests. So despite the harsh environment of an urban landscape, in which it makes it hard for trees to absorb water due to the concrete and harder to grow in the soil because it's compact and contaminated with salts, there are some species that can grow there in this kind of environment. So having tree canopies in an urban environment can make cities more resilient to climate change, as well as provide shade and slow rainfall runoff from large storms. Thirdly, we have climate change vulnerability assessment. So tribal leaders, elders, harvesters, and the Great Lakes Indian Fish and Wildlife Commission developed an assessment model called the Climate Change Vulnerability Assessment, which helps tribes effectively respond to climate change and maintain tribal treaty rights. So that's looking at, on the previous slide, the paper birch. This would be the solution to promote their growth and how they're used. So prioritizing their use in culturally significant ways. And that's what I have for forestry.